Hey everyone, and today I have a special project that I want to share with you guys. So this is something I've been working on for about a week or two now, and it's basically tracking inflation data in skyblock and a ton of different things. But to the point, how is this going to make you guys money? So this is the average inflation per week of every item sent for the past 6 months, and you can see there's a couple things I want to point out for this first, which I think is kind of interesting. Firstly, without this being correlated, it's kind of hard to look at, right? But you can kind of see that this area is kind of trending upwards a little bit, and then there's a little bit of a downtrend, then a little bit up where like the average items are, and then there's a drop off here where it starts to go negative for all those. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's the kind of average which you can get from the uncorrelated data. Then the nice thing is this is those same graphs, like the average inflation for every item graphed together. And it's not every item in the game, it's the important ones that kind of come to mind for inflation related items. And this graph is really interesting because it shows us what really affects inflation. So we have just the general, mining updates and inflation in the game, and there's a pretty consistent line here. And then right here, this is when a lot of the duping started, right at this line. And you can see inflation has this uptick now because there's a ton of new coins and there's this crazy new amount of income coming to the game. And the problem is that's kind of stopped recently. There haven't been any dupes, nothing crazy. So it actually is now having to catch up to where it was supposed to be. And so stuff's been going down again. And why that's interesting is because it means we can predict that stuff's going to keep going up. So this is the average inflation for every item graphed. And what this actually shows us, though, is you can graph the average on here. Like if you just do a fairly straight line, you can see it's kind of bounced off it here. And we've already hit it again. Like this is when the duping started, and so it went crazy, and now it's coming back down. And so what I'm predicting based on this information, and like what the average was before the duping started, we're going to have a slow, probably going to go down a little bit, and then it's going to keep going up at around the same trend line. So that means stuff that you can buy here that is very closely related, such as booster cookies. Like to point this out, my average inflation between all of these items graphed was 1.83 and booster cookie or 1.80, and booster cookies had a value of 1.83, which is 98.6% similar. And these are their two graphs. They're pretty similar when you look at them. But the point of it is that for something that's very, very easily correlated, you can tell that this is going to start going back up again. It wasn't all just because of people buying cookies for Christmas, which is what a lot of people thought, because if you look, a lot of items have been going down for more than just Christmas. So, yeah, it was kind of an influx of coins for duping, and it's been slowing down since then. Another kind of cool thing that I wanted to show you guys was this is the average percent weekly change for hypercatalysts every week. You can see it's positive as they go up in price, and then there's this huge sell-off after Derpy, right? And then they start going up again, and then huge sell-off. And so this is the last time we got to like 200,000 a piece, and then this huge sell-off. This is where we are right now. So that means is I'm predicting we've got about a week left before we get up close to breaking even. So about 1 to 2 weeks until prices start to go up again for hypercatalysts. So I'd say for regular or hypercatalysts, if you start buying them in the next week or two, you will make money off of them for Derpy. You do have to hold them for a while, right? Because you got to wait until every 3 months, right? So you've got to hold them for 3 months, but it'll make you a lot of money. Like it probably around double what the current value of them is. So probably 200,000 coins again per. But anyway, I know this is kind of a mathy video, but I thought it was really cool because I did all this research for them. I had to correlate all these items, and it was really cool. This is another test that I did. It didn't really show me too much. This was basically all of them were scaled, so they ended at the same point, just to see which graphs were the closest to this average inflation value, which is the black line. And you can see some of them are pretty similar. They're just like slightly higher starting values, which is like the Warden or the Ender Dragon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.